Hi everybody, this is another KaM remake video of me. This is a co-op map that I played that I thought was pretty neat, and it's actually a very large map. You can see it here that I have it zoomed out full screen. The map size in the map editor is extra large, and taking into consideration like the Shadow King Mission 20 is only considered large. Anyway, this map is pretty challenging. It's a two-player map, hence the name co-op. This is my ally over here, and we're going to try to face this ginormous army. And the goal of this campaign, which is actually pretty new, it came out a little over a year ago, is to beat in a certain amount of time. But anyway, this is me playing it by myself with AI as my ally, and I'm fighting against the AI. So here we go, and this is me beating it in gold time. So let's begin. First things first, I'm going to feed my knights because I'm going to immediately go attack, and they get hungry kind of early. Let me just say what my plan was. This was actually the second time I played this, but basically this is how the map is. Obviously we start out building. We have plenty of resources. We have iron up here, and we have gold to the bottom left. Okay, and we have one town here, one town there. And my ally has one town here and one town there. These four bottom towns will start to attack around 43 minutes. Then, well, those aren't the really bad ones. Those are just distractions from what's the really bad ones. This is a very bad town. The one that, as you can see, I'm entering in now with my knights. This is the second time I'm playing this, so the first time I played, I really struggled with trying to beat it in a certain amount of time. In gold time, I didn't actually make it. I got bronze. I almost had the silver by a few minutes, maybe 7 minutes or so. But basically, this town, once it gets fully developed, it gets filled with troops here. And troops also come here and also along here, around here. So they will attack you from this bridge side, and they will also sneak through and attack your ally and you from this angle. Also, this town here, it's very difficult to penetrate through their defenses because they will build more troops, as we will see later on. They build lots of troops, but you can just see the pathway is very narrow, and it's really hard to even just get through the landscape to get to their town. So that one is highly defended, and they do attack you somewhat. They're not that powerful, but I'd say these are the most relentless and powerful of the ones on the map. I'd say second most powerful are these guys. These guys are to the left and top of the well-defended central town. Look at that face. Shame on me, I don't know the name of the character, but I don't. Okay. They're given a lot of starting troops, and they produce troops quite quickly. And as I will show you later on, they are very difficult to kill. I have to do it in a specific way, and if that is not enough troops that I have to kill, at towns I mean, I have another well defended, but not as well defended as the other one, but pretty well defended town that's going to fill up with troops as well, and they're going to stack up here. And I didn't mention, but we also have one. Okay, we also have a little one here with a pyramid. It's tucked behind the really bad. This is a part of the really bad one I'm about to enter in right now. As you can see, I'm getting close to it. But above them is a pyramid, and these guys are really hard to penetrate through, because the way this works is, even though this is Remake r6720, the map maker made this so that he scripted it so that these guys don't move. So even if you move a soldier close to them, they will not budge. And they're single leaders on top of it, so you're not going to be able to lure one out and they all come out. You have to literally lure them all out, and I'll try to show you that later on. And they have some troops, but they don't produce many troops, so they're just basically a town to slow you down from your goal win time. And up here we have a very, very, very well defended monster. You actually have to go through a pyramid, just like you did here for this one, but it's not as intense by any means, because there's no range units here, no archers of any kind. You just basically have to kill them with archers of your own to get to their few buildings. But here, may not look like much, but I'll tell you what, as you will see at the very end of this video, and if you're really curious to see, you can fast forward it now to the end to see how I took them out, because they will swallow you up alive. Just the way he has it designed. Very well designed map. I'd say this is the most impressive, most beautiful, most dynamic, and very map full of variety I've ever seen. So the idea, what I'm going to try to do is, I start and my friends start getting attacked at 43 minutes and onward, and there's a little message that lets you know ahead of time that this is true. Okay, so it's not a spoiler, the game will tell you. So what I'm going to try to do is take out this beast at the very beginning, because he's the most time consuming, not him, not the pyramid, but this guy here. He is the most time consuming to destroy, and also the most taxing of all of the AI as far as tax and defending is concerned. And I'll be uploading a video with Co-op Nights Mission 11, and I'll explain which AI is the worst and I'll obviously show what order I took them out in. But this is the first AI player that I decide to take out. So what I first do is I draw out a group of knights defending here, and I'm basically going to make a loop around with him. They're just going to follow him forever. This is explanatory. The idea is to, because this is a co-op map, everything works faster and more efficiently. So I'm trying to kill as many serfs as I can. I can't kill them all, especially with this design. I cannot kill them all. But I try to do is empty towers and draw serfs to them. I mean, it will draw serfs to them, and I just kill them as they go. And it slowly empties the town of serfs, which will then slow down the production of recruits for training new units. This is a nice little bridge. I have 2 units. Basically, as you can see, it's going to repeat. But when I have one soldier being attacked, as soon as they kill him collectively, I will move him away. And then after that, I will move him back, just to alternate between the 2 knights or whatever soldiers I have here, that they won't die. Ever. With any unit, they won't die like that. That's how this game allows you to do things. So I only have 6 knight. They're all present here in this view. Here I am drawing out more stones, so some serfs will come to these. And I'm just basically making my way towards the center, sort of like making first and 10s in football. Just go one step at a time. Try to get there. You can't go there all at once. That was close. So hardly anybody. It's very, very empty, almost like a ghost town. But if you wait later on to attack them, and what I did wasn't obvious, of course, you know, to come over here, you have to play it a few times, or at least once, like I did beforehand, to kind of have an idea of what you need to do to win this as efficient as you can. Here we go. This is the last wave. In just 2 nights, using the bridge. Very nice that the map maker made this. Emotion 98.3 is his username on the KaM Remake knightsandmerchants.net forum. It's the English forum. I'll post a link in the video description to his thread that you can, if you join the forum, you can download this campaign. It's a very, very nice campaign. It's a shame if you're viewing this for the first time and not seeing any of his other maps, but basically this campaign is 11 missions, and it does increase in difficulty from the first to the last. For the most part. I mean, some missions might be debatable. I didn't take a look carefully at all of them, but I don't know. I'd say maybe this mission is the hardest to win by yourself, at least, in the given goal time. Yeah, probably so. This one made me kind of dizzy. Just so many things going on, so many different towns to take into account. And here, I don't know if you noticed, I had a knight exploring here. He's just exploring, he's not doing anything. So basically what I'm going to do is, I am not going to take out these towns completely. What I'm going to do instead is weaken them, so to speak. Just kill enough of their troops that they won't be attacking me at 43 minutes. So these 2 towns I'm going to attack. I think I first weaken the top one though. Then I go for the bottom one. Right now I'm going for his tower, the bottom one's tower, but I'm primarily going towards the top. And these are weak units. Totally the Peasants' Rebellion units, not the Shatter Kingdom. But they can be pretty dangerous in hordes like they are now. Especially when you only have 6 knight. But I did build the barracks and I was given a handful of weapons and armor. So you can see that's where these troops, these leather armored troops came from. Now at this point I'm building watchtower fences here, because after I weaken these a little, then I'm going to come here and I'm going to destroy them completely. Because in just about every other map that I can remember, like even in the original The Shatter Kingdom campaign, if your ally dies, you die too. So I want to make sure that my ally is safe. I'm not concerned about myself as much as I am about it. It doesn't produce any troops at all before peacetime officially ends, i.e. when the enemy AI will start attacking. And with any type of co-op map that I've seen in the remake, once they start attacking your buildings, they don't stop. They just continue to attack until they're killed or you're dead. It's not like the original game where they'll destroy one building and then they'll go back home and then they'll come back and destroy another building. At least I've seen a co-op map that it was bugged and they just kept on attacking to you forever, but that's just how this map maker made his maps, and I like it. It's intense. So I just basically go get a knight in here and pick at him, and then he sends more troops. I'll zoom out some. I apologize for the length of this video, but this is pretty much the longest game that I'll probably post on my channel. 5 hours. But gold time, I think, was 5 hour and 10 minutes or 5 hour and 15 minute time. So this isn't bad, especially that I played by myself. But not much of a town to speak of. And I really didn't need it. When you play for this long, it doesn't matter how you build, as long as you build something, somewhat. By 3 hours, you should have some type of army that you can replenish yourself with when you play like I do against co-op maps by myself. So anyway, now I'm making my way back over here. This is pretty neat because half the group of the, as you see, half of them go up there for whatever reason, the other half come down here. So I can kill half of them and then the other half as they go. Let's see. I'll just be quiet for a little while. Let's just see. Starting to make some troops now because he started with knight, so I tried to take them out, hoping some of the stones would be wasted on my ally, but it didn't happen. This was a little difficult to do, but not too hard, I guess. Instead, I tried to attack again. This is actually an attack wave. So as I was trying to attack them, they attacked me. Simple enough. As you can see, they replenished pretty quickly, but not fast enough for what I had planned for them. If we just pause for a second, I really wasn't paying attention. I was just building a lot of farms because I knew I would need some. I still have starvation problems later on. Yeah, I didn't really focus on building. But as you can see, they're replenishing the petty troops with real troops now, and except for barbarians, of course, they can't replenish that, and there's no dynamic script producing them in this map. But that was the sacrifice that I wanted to make. I know I had to basically kill some of these unit types, like horsemen, for example, twice, but I had to weaken them so I could at least take out these guys without being attacked myself. If you're playing with somebody who can actually build, and you can actually build yourself, then playing this as two-player co-op in a normal build fight manner is probably achievable. I know the map maker himself said that he beat this in gold time with a friend. So obviously it's possible. Yet again, here I have a little place just enough for 2 knights to take them out. Sort of like how I had the bridge right here. Same ideas. Still producing recruits, are you? So here I don't want to waste too much time. I just make sure all the villagers are dead, and then I move on. And I was surprised, but they really don't attack anymore, so I just don't attack them at all. I don't worry about them. I go and I start to attack them now. So these guys, I will actually wait to attack them. They're one of the last that I will attack. Now I'm going to kill both of these villages by me, because they're pretty relentless. I'm going to get rid of them. Meantime, my main approach for this build was didn't really have to worry about much production of anything in particular. I'll eventually get to iron, but I didn't really rush for it. I just went for corn first and gold, primarily gold. I focused my mining on gold and made as much gold as I could and stored it. And then later on you'll see that I'll have 3 schoolhouses built and running constantly, training troops as needed. But by that time my gold veins here will be exhausted, and some of them will be open, but I won't need that much gold. It's more than enough resources technically than you need to beat this map. That's given to you, more than enough. I don't even use this iron here. Just have him going all over the place. Now here I'll separate or filter out the range units so I don't want them destroying my building fences or killing the men by them. Obviously, or this little operation I have will not work. I lost a woodcutter. Might have seen it earlier. Just real insistent and come cut one of these trees. And he had all the other trees that he planted to cut. He just wanted to come cut these. Anyway, almost done with this village. Even though it's pike against knight, I'll tell you what, you know, this really works. Just move one away as they get engaged in battle. Just move them away, and you won't lose any. As soon as you get out of range, then they'll follow the troop that they are after. That's how I snuck up on them. I got lucky here. Realized a little too late, but somehow he survived. Looks like I got just one little group of knights left here. And them. Piece of cake. So they're pretty much done. I go for their end here because I see they have towers. And if I just have any opportunity at all to have them starve to death, I'll do it. So now I'm going to start attacking this AI unit. AI player, I mean. And I'll come back for those buildings later. See, I had an hour and 35 minutes and not one attack from them. Because I attacked them at the very beginning. See, it's good to have them joined when you're not sure what's going to happen, just in case the one on the end gets attacked. It's like you program it in a way to work in your favor when you don't always have them split up in single leaders like I do most of the time here. I'm gonna build some fences here. They have some barbs. Barbarians. Just 2 groups of 12, not a big deal. But this is how I'll take care of them. Very small town. But annoying. Well designed, very well designed. Hats off to the map creator in Motion 98.3. Fantastic, fantastic. Fantastic map. Okay. I tried to shake off these towers with knights, but it just didn't work out, so that's why I just gave up and finally just went with destroying them. At least that one. The distances are just too good. He put the towers at a perfect distance apart, made the terrain, the elevation, everything just too perfect. Very good defense. I had no choice. He's definitely a perfectionist. And if he's not, I would be in awe. Even more than I am now, if he was. If he wasn't. Okay, so I'm starting to make some minings over here. Really nothing interesting is going to happen. At this point, since I destroyed this AI player / town over here, what I'm doing is these buildings right here, these building fences are actually dummy building fences, because this player is going to attack and it's just going to come attack the nearest building or nearest building fence. So I build these just so that it will come attack there. Attack those instead of my buildings. Just a little something you should know if you don't know that technique. Don't use it that often because I don't need it, but if I'm desperate or if I just want to be efficient, I'll use it. Okay. So I'll start fast forwarding a little bit. I'm going to build some building fences here, but in order to build building fences, there shouldn't be any recruits in the towers. The towers can be there, but recruits cannot be in the towers. See here, let me pause it. This is important. This player here, like I said at the very beginning, is given a lot of troops and replenishes pretty quickly, but also attacks you from several angles. So to kill him, it's sort of like trying to squash a bug that can escape from different holes. You have to block all the holes, then kill it. It's sort of like that in a way. So I'm going to attack him from this angle, so I'm going to build some building fences here, so kill his troops from there. When I do that, this has nothing to do with him, this is another player. He's going to send troops down here off this bridge to come attack me. So to defend himself, really, from this angle. He's going to send troops down from here, but they'll come from through here all the way down. So I'm going to build some building fences here and be ready for him. But that won't come until a little later. In the meantime, my mines are up and I'm setting up, but have not produced any iron yet. At this point, I have a market up. We're allowed to trade in this map. So I'll eventually be trading some of this leather armor for iron weapons and or armor. And I have some stables built so I don't have to trade for horses. That's just the stupidest thing to do, is trade for horses. Okay, so basically I'm just going and destroying buildings here, and I already destroyed the buildings in the bottom town. And now I'm destroying buildings here with some bowmen. So the next AI player I'm going to attack is him. The big bad guy. He's the biggest, I think. If it was a comparison with the real world map, this AI player would be Russia. He would definitely be Russia, and this middle player is probably like China, and this player is like the United States. You know, the United States is smaller than Russia or China, but it's very powerful. I guess it's a good comparison with size-wise. So there's my building fences. I'm going to bring my knight, finally explore some more territory up here. Kind of looks like the Arctic Circle. Maybe that's what he meant it to look like. I don't know. Be like Russia. It's like Asia, you know. If you look at it like this, top left corner of the screen here, kind of looks like China, at least like right now, with the black part of it. Looks like China a little bit. A little water there, like the East China Sea. And this is like islands of Japan. Okay. As soon as I have troops here, then we're now getting close to my attack, but I'm just going to fast forward because right now I'm just building up my town somewhat. No need to see that. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do, let me just pause it just in case. This is a decoy, a major decoy. It's going to be quite entertaining. You're going to like it. And it's probably exactly what you're thinking. You're right. It's exactly what I'm going to do. If you don't know, you're in for a surprise. Okay, so I have troops here and troops here. These two farm size fences, I had to first put a vineyard tile to the bottom right of where the tree is, and then once the laborer builds that vineyard, then the tree gets chopped down by that building tile. I mean the vineyard tile. So then, since it's a vineyard tile that can build on top of that, then I build a road tile on top of that. Then I can place the building. This one I could place automatically. This one I had to do it at least once. I think it was just one time, as we saw earlier. So now I'm all set up. They cannot pass here. They have to go through here like that. I think I did that for Ben's map, Revenge. the first time I played it, I beat it in like, I don't know, an hour and 5 minutes or so. I did something similar with the bridge he had in that map. That's what I'm thinking of. But I'll just try to keep focus on this knight by clicking on him. Right now he's idle. As soon as I see he's moving, we'll go to him. So here, looks like I'm going to draw them out first. So this starts to put this guy in motion. This player, we'll call it Russia. No offense to my Russian buddies. I'm not into politics or anything, but so I'll just say this big guy. He's a big guy. So they're coming from down there, and he's just grabbing the attention of everybody. The map maker didn't put a script on them, so as soon as you come close to them in this version of the remake, they start chasing him forever. So I'm going to have him go around, and that's another advantage to destroying this AI player here first, is because now I can pick on the big guy like this, that I can empty the top from here so they don't come down here. And at the same time now troops are just starting to come down here. There's a lot of them that are going to be coming down here. And he is rolling. I'm going to eventually bring him right here, and these are the building fences I have reserved for the big guy's top army. But his bottom left army I have reserved for being killed here, and his middle central army being killed here. So I engaged him by, because he replenished his troops quite quickly. It's not a dynamic script or anything, but it's quick enough, and he's given quite enough at the beginning that, and just to show you, if you're playing this map, he's this player here as well. I mean, he's just huge, and he's got troops not there, but got troops all along here in passageways here, all over the place, all over, just huge. And he gets more as time increases. So now I'm just gotta run back. I accidentally fast forwarded through it. I just killed that group of 9 crossbowmen, and another group of crossbowmen is gonna come replenish them. Every single group that you kill, another one replenishes it. Never fails. There's always another one where that came from, ready to just take its place. And already, speaking of which, they've already replenished some of the troops that I've destroyed. Quite a bit of them, almost all of them. He's almost replaced them all, either with initial troops that he's been given, or with new created troops from his barracks. I have some bowmen that I had from down here earlier that they were destroying these buildings. I'm gonna move them up this way a little bit. They're going to help my knights engage in battle, because if you thought, and I guess they're finished here. That was quite a bit they had. I'll try to also post a link to the replay in the video description as well for you to download from my Google Drive if you don't go to the forum and download it from Emotion 98.3's thread. Now I'm gonna keep my focus on those knights. You're gonna see what I'm gonna do next. This is one form of attrition I never had to use before, but I definitely had to use attrition with this guy because, although not powerful, he's quite resilient. Let's say that. Not very powerful, very defensive, not so much offensive. And here I'm going a second round, and this will be just only have to do 2 of them. Quite a few spare serfs. I'm just emptying this tower here to help destroy some serfs. With my knights here, I'm going to eventually move them up. Okay, I am moving them up now. So what I'm going to do now is keep this knight here, because he is going to be continuously killing serfs. And I'm drawing out some barbs and warriors, which of course are basically the same troop. This is really neat to see. Very beautiful map, absolutely stunning. And remember that there's tons of, I wouldn't say tons, but let's see, 6 groups of 9, 7, 8 groups of 9 crossbowmen there, and of course they have 2 groups, 3 groups here. They're everywhere, but this is how I'm going to take care of them. Enjoy the show. He was too weak, so I alternated with knights. I still died from their powerful arrows in this version of the remake. Just one at a time as they moved, then I destroyed them, because if I would come attack them from here, I'd take some fire from these guys. They'd turn around and start firing at me. So I wait for them to take the place, the position of the former group that's no longer there. Attacking from here is just not a good idea, because they have this village here too that will annihilate you. So I'll keep a knight here forever, just long enough for this guy to die out. And I'll also keep a knight at the schoolhouse. So I have a knight there, and I also have a sword fighter here. I might eventually put a knight here, I'm not sure. Just keep on draining and draining and draining this guy of serfs. And since this is time consuming and I had a time constraint, I will now go for this village. Yeah, of course, as you can see, that's pretty much it. That's all the action that's going on, and I have some troops now in iron production. Well, the iron's basically gone from here. Not much to be processed. I guess that's why I wasn't much of a hurry to get it. But more than enough than you need for this map anyway. Okay. So I'll just keep my focus here. Fast forward a little bit. As soon as I have some crossbowmen, make my first crossbowman, and I'll reserve it for this village in particular. If any village needs some crossbowmen to combat them, it's this one. Okay. You don't need much. I have some more knights down here, but you don't need much to penetrate them. As long as they're strong. They have to be strong. Because you want to attack them and attack them fast. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, this took a little bit of experimentation to see what I should do. I'm not saying this is best, because I did lose some men, and I don't like losing men. But in a desperation to finish it quickly, and with the replay breaking somewhat here and there, I think the first time I won this, the replay broke. But obviously this one didn't. But a few times I guess not more than, it was more than a few. I checked to see that the replay wasn't broken. I might have to redo it a few times, parts of it, to make it full working replay. But at this time, just to let you know, show you again, I don't know why I didn't have a knight here. I think he got hungry and I didn't want him to die. But at this point, I think serfs, there was so few left, they were just being created to replenish gold in the schoolhouses. That's pretty much what they were doing. I couldn't do anything about him. I mean that building there, but recruits still were being trained, and woodcutters occasionally would be trained again for this woodcutters here, and I would get fortunate to kill him with the knight if he would come this way. I should have, I guess it doesn't matter, I should have emptied these towers here perhaps. They could have sped up the process, but it really didn't matter. Didn't need that many. Just do some strong attrition. Attacking him from the top, draining him from there twice, having something to answer for him here that he's trying to flank me, and then of course here just draining him out from that way, but basically sucking the life out of him. That was one type of design that you literally have to suck the life out of it from more than one side. This was annoying. I mean, very well designed, of course, but yet annoying. That's why you have to have strong troops, because there's just so many well spaced out, but nicely positioned. I wouldn't say perfect because I don't know perfect. If I knew perfect, then I would know everything there is to know about this game, but I don't. Know enough, but not everything. Okay. So one troop per building is fine. Okay, we're getting pretty through the map here, pretty close. This is my ally, doesn't really engage in battle that much at all. But the enemy doesn't really attack the enemy at all. But I'm having a little starvation issues here with my town. But now they're both taken out. Let me fast forward a little bit now. So next on our list is going to be the middle one, the well defended. I don't have any troops yet to come, but they're coming. Okay. My main plan isn't to attack them from this side. That is just not the smart thing to do, especially that I took the AI out in this order. I'm just taking out just the front part here. I'm not going to go all the way through the path. Very powerful positioning here and terrain that favors them. Really trying to shake them off, but I just couldn't, so I lost them. I had to send another one. A lot of troops here, more than I need for this little bit to destroy. Some, but not too many, but they get replenished fast enough. And it makes me think this is no-brainer. This is not the side to attack them from. So if not this side, where then? Well, well, this is the big guy from up here, actually. This little bridge here. And narrow. Just as this is narrow, so what am I going to do? Okay. Let's gonna get quite interesting. You're gonna really like this. This is one of my favorite. It just gets better and better. Nothing interesting here, of course. Now I'm gonna send them up to the northern part. Just basic night dance routine. I'm gonna see some night dancing in my co-op map, co-op nights mission map 11. This will be my next upload. That'll be at the very end. Some night dancing. Okay, so I think basically I keep them here just for a little while. Not for too long. Just long enough. Very big map. So much detail. Now the map makers out there who would disagree with me, I apologize. You know, I don't make maps. It's too time consuming for me to do something like that. Okay. As you can see, I have them split up in groups of 6. 3 width. 3 width seems to be very good for combat in this game. 3 width is very, very nice. Because they have enough time to wrap around the enemy when they're engaging in battle, but they're not too wide that they'll get surrounded themselves and wrapped around themselves. So if you'll ever want to engage in battle and you're debating, this is a good formation. Width of 3. Apologize for this, is very repetitive, but what's going on is they're being replenished very quickly, but what's happening is they would be normally coming down here and replenishing this southern part, but instead everything is coming up here trying to replenish and heal itself from up here, so to speak. So I have to kill group after group. Either that was originally from down here somewhere that they're moving up, or one that they just created. Also a form of attrition, basic form of attrition that any player of this game knows how to do, unless they're just starting out, of course. They may not. Here was just patience. But I slipped a knight in. I kind of missed that, I'm sorry. Missed that. I slipped a knight in from up here. Maybe you saw it and I didn't. I'm going to use him in a little while. He's almost hungry, so that's going to be a problem. So I have a time frame to do what I want to do in. But just, he's there. Got lucky there. And they're getting hungry too, these sword fighters. Uh-oh. Ah ha ha. If you see my Northern Islands 1 co-op map, how I said you have to hit a village more than once to empty them out. This is my first hit for this one. First major hit. Nice, have some single leaders there. I'll keep my eye on him. Okay, here we go. He's moving. Okay. Just a little experimenting. Trying to hit certain buildings to draw as many men out as I could without him getting caught in the whole thing like a spider web. Woo! Close. Of course here. And there's still some more troops to go around, isn't there? Very loaded. Very loaded map. Luckily I had enough time. They didn't die before I... And I missed it, but what I'll do is I'll come back to this at the very end, show you how I always seem to miss this pyramid, but I'll come back to it at the end of this video just to finish it off. It'll be a nice little finish. We're getting very close to finishing the map. Loaded. Loaded, loaded. These players are huge. If we compared them to like the Shadow Kingdom Mission 20. I don't want to over exaggerate everything, but I think each of these big players are equivalent to like 2 or 3 of the players from that mission. At least their starting armies. And this map, as I said at the very beginning of this video, is huge. But now on to the village that's left. It's this one. It's part here and comes in the south of the very first town I killed. Basically I just took a knight and went in here and grabbed them. I'm going to do the same thing again so you'll see what I did. Here we go, just basically did that. And here I have my knight go up farther enough north that they start firing at them and they'll come here and my knight is free to do whatever he wants to do. Because they'll go for the archers instead. See? Watch it with this knight here. See? So I can keep him up north so that they won't be coming this way. They'll be coming through the bridge. If if possible. For the most part they did. I had my units positioned correctly, or at least good enough that I was able to survive that. A little bit of an inconvenience. I remember the first time I played this, it was very difficult to waiting to attack. Not this one last, because obviously I'm doing this as one of the last ones I'm attacking, but this one last. At that point though, there's troops here, I think, somewhat. Not filled, but there's enough troops here from this town that it's a little bit challenging to empty them out, but if you empty them out like this, the way I did it, you're pretty home free. You really don't have to attack from this angle at all. That's time consuming and very exhaustive. Especially from here, with all these towers and everything, it's very exhaustive from that angle. Coming from this angle, just so much better on several levels. I think here, I don't think it killed them, I just let them starve. I killed most of them. I just go for their buildings. And I'm gonna start making my way up here to this pyramid. Long way to travel. Of course, I wanted to have crossbowmen. They were the most important unit to have here. Crossbowmen and knights. I'll fast forward a little bit. I eventually decided to separate them, so crossbowmen are going to be here in the middle, and I'll have my bowmen on the side, and I'll reposition them later. You'll see what's the best way to, or at least a really good way to penetrate this without losing everything you have that you would have to produce more. Okay.
Into the battle! Fire at will!
Notice that I hit this group of ex-bowmen with ex-bowmen in such a way that they start chasing after me, and that is the key thing. Because that will draw them out. Because if you don't do that, and you just attack these knights, these single leaders, they replenish as fast as you kill them. And if you try to kill more, you'll just get slaughtered by these crossbowmen here, and those. Yeah. So that's the idea. I'm trying not to hit the knights, I'm trying to hit the crossbowmen. This is where it starts to get efficient. Here we go. You see I have them face north. I should have had them face north. These two here. Trying to get these crossbowmen groups. Trying to get them. Can't control where they fire, but almost. And there you go. That's the key thing if you missed it. When these knights move and replenish, they move the crossbowmen when they're trying to use the sorting algorithm to get back into their designated positions. And when they make a crossbowman turn away from facing forward and they get fired upon, then the group will come down. That's how I did it. So you do have to kill some knights, but just one. One might be enough before it gets replenished, of course, because as he's coming in, as the knight's coming in here, and he's bumping other knights to get where he needs to go, he might bump one of these crossbowmen, and then it's at that point, when that crossbowman is moving, maybe left or right, or even backward, you fire upon him, then that'll trigger the group to come after you. So you have to make sure that your crossbowman does not, or your bowman doesn't get killed, that fired upon them. Get them out of range so that they try to make themselves in range to kill you. And at that point, that's when you can kill them. This rock formation here, these two rocks with one gap in the middle, was working against me, but now it's working for me. And that's pretty much it. But I'm going to briefly go back to that pyramid. So I'm not going to start over completely, I'll just show the edited part of the video. Just resume there. Okay, on to the part that I missed, coming back for. Thought it'd be a little entertaining, but Really, pretty much seen it all at this point. But just simply fired at one of them at a time, but not really. Now this is cool, watch this. It's real easy. Didn't even use any other type of unit. Range is enough. Just have enough of them. This path that's supposed to be deadly for you is actually works out for you. Lots of stones. I didn't care about losing some here. Even with ranged units, having 3 under 3 width, firing against enemies without any other type of troop defending you is pretty powerful. And that's pretty much it. I'll have some troops later on, I guess at night or something, come destroy that storehouse to take care of that. But yes, I do come eventually and destroy all of these buildings as well. So that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later.